the trail in the Snowy Range, and what I just showed you was North Twin Lake, and all of this is just snow melt behind me. Isn't that fantastic? We just came upon this little lake. Can you imagine how much snow there was? And all that was frozen over. And that drift, I mean, it's hard to tell in the video, but I'll bet you that drift has got to be 10 feet, even still. And there's ice chunks, little mini icebergs that have floated out in the middle. It's day 2 in the Medicine Bow Forest, and we are wearing head nets because the mosquitoes are fierce. Like,
they're out for you.
Ridiculous. But it is beautiful. Let me show you. There's the best hiking dog ever. He knows. Best dog. And this is just beautiful. It alternates between going through the woods and these just fantastic meadows. And we kind of want to see a moose, but we certainly don't want to startle one because that would be bad. But it's just lovely. We're at about 10,700 feet on the Sheep Lake Trail in the Medicine Bow National Forest, the Snowy Range Mountains. Well, that's interesting. The path goes right up underneath that snowbank. Makes us wonder what made a little snow cave and how did that melt out from underneath like that? This is our break spot for today. I think this is called Coral Lake. I think it's Coral Lake. I'll have to look on the map and see. There's little trout. They're either brookies or cutthroat. I'm not sure which. They've been jumping right in here and getting bugs. It's just beautiful. Little breeze is keeping the mosquitoes off just now. And it's probably 74, 75 degrees, I'm guessing. But the breeze is super nice. Just a beautiful day. Morning of day 3, and just look how magnificent. Look at all the wildflowers. It's just breathtaking. It's just gorgeous. That's the lake we camped by last night. So it's mid-morning, but we slept in, had a leisurely breakfast, washed up our stuff, and look at the view that greets us on the way. Best dog ever. He hears a chipmunk. Are you silly doggy on the snow? Is that funny? Ready? Should I throw another snowball for you? Oh, goodness. Okay. Oh, I'm out of breath. We just came up this draw There's still a bunch of snow. It's so beautiful. Oh, that's fun. Just lovely. There's a snowbank over there where the lake has melted out underneath, melted the snow from underneath, but the top part hasn't broken off yet. But you can see it's still a little chilly in the high country. This view is fantastic. By the way, we're southbound, currently on the Shelf Lakes Trail, and we're headed back to North Gap Lake so we can go over the gap to South Gap Lake. I'll show you the gap when we get there. It looks a little formidable from this side, and I'll admit to being a little nervous about it since we haven't done it before. But that is the gap right there that we have to go through. All right, we've made it from North Gap Lake. We just came down over here. You can see how beautiful this is. It's just amazing. And that's the gap between North Gap Lake and South Gap Lake. And you can see some little people up there, and that's gonna be us in a little while. So I think the trail goes around here and up that way and then switches back up by where those people are. So we'll see how it goes. We've reached the top of the gap between North and South Gap Lakes. This is South Gap. Let me show you the view. I'm gonna do a 360. This is just gorgeous. I can't even, words do not do it justice. And that's where we came from. And let me zoom in. Those lakes right back there is where we spent the night. And you can see the trail that comes down right there. We just came across that, and then we just came up this. And this is Browns Peak here. So we're just doing the Browns Peak loop, or the Alpine Lakes loop. So now we're just gonna head around South Gap Lake and take the trail back. That's Sugarloaf Mountain right there. It's just breathtaking. It's just gorgeous. As we're coming down this trail off the gap, we're just noticing this big ice floe that's still on the lake. You can imagine how deep this was all filled in when it was snowed over this winter and frozen. I mean, we're at about 10,500 feet here, so roughly. So that's a lot of snow. That's a lot of ice. Yay. We just came from there and across this boulder field, so we're happy to have the hard part, hopefully that's the hard part, finished. It is beautiful. We are appreciating the boardwalk that they've made over this willow bog. You can hear the water rushing under it, and I'm very thankful for the path. Watch your step where the holes are. And I'm guessing this creek feeds Brooklyn Lake, and it's all snowmelt. And if I were a moose, this is where I would live. We've done it. We've completed Browns Peak Loop, also known as the Alpine Lakes Loop.
Yeah.
And the mosquitoes are bad.
And we had quite a few detours.
Yes, we did two several-mile detours. So overall, probably a 20-ish mile weekend. Not a lot, but we're newbies. And we had gear to test out, so it's been a fantastic weekend. Yay, we're back to the car, and we just hiked all the way around that. That's Browns Peak, and we just circumnavigated that whole thing. All right, just for an overview of what we did on our weekend. We started here at the Sheep Lake Trailhead. We went up to North Twin Lakes, over to Sheep Lake. We kind of camped around in here that first night. Then we went a couple miles up here, back down. Then we went over here to Cutthroat Lake and wound our way back down here. We decided we didn't want to climb this mountain, this gap area at night, so we went back up the Shelf Lakes Trail to the end and we camped here. And then this morning we hiked back down, went over the mountain where you saw in the video, and then back down the Gaps Lakes Trail, and then over this way back to where we started. So it's a fantastic way to end the weekend. The clouds are rolling in. Might be some thunderstorms early evening. This is Brooklyn Lake, and it's just fantastic. You run out of adjectives for the amazing scenery. And the last one I can think of is epic.